Different location, same destination. This is Frederick's Prayer along with Daron Pearson, the two hosts of High on Sports. And today it's the conference finals in the NBA, and we're going to talk about what happened in Game 2 between the Boston and the Pacers, as well as Game 2 and our predictions and scores of the Timberwolves and the Mavericks. The Timberwolves and the Mavericks. And give our predictions of what we believe is going to go from there. But as usual, you know how this thing goes. The run. The news is Pat.
I got the lighter.
Let's get high. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to High on Sports. We're going to talk about Game 1 of the Pacers and the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. What happened about 2-3 days ago. And Game 1 was interesting. In the late seconds, the Pacers, my man, they turned it over 22 times in that game, and it cost them. Eventually, over in the fourth, Tyler Burton had two very crucial OT turnovers. One mistakenly, and which he said even after in the statement, he said, "Yeah, that cost us. I messed up. It was some ones that could have been avoided." He said. So pretty much, in the most part, it was a good game. But the Pacers pretty much beat themselves in Game 1, and ultimately the Celtics won 133-128 in overtime, and Jason Tatum pretty much took over overtime and hit a big step back plus three to pretty much seal the deal, and he'll have a Game 1 victory for the Celtics. But I'm gonna pass to my partner over here, and partner, my question is to you. What are your thoughts on Game 1, and what are the adjustments for Game 1 from Game 2 that you saw? And then I'm just like, you're gonna transition from Game 2, and then we just gonna go from there, right?
Okay, gotcha.
So basically, you're gonna talk about Game 1, and from Game 2, like you're gonna talk about Game 1, and you transition from Game 2, like what you believe from Game 2, like the transitions and what you saw from that point of view.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, there you go, buddy.
So I think from Game 1, basically, 22 turnovers, not great. The role players, I feel like, for the Pacers played out of their minds.
Yeah.
Halliburton played great. I personally think, though, in that type of situation, Celtics are down by 3. They need a 3. They in the bonus. Send them to the foul line. Mm-hmm. That's what I think. Send them to the foul line. Yep. They're going to make their free throws. You come back down, make your free throws. Make it a foul game. Yep. Granted, that was a great, tough shot that Jaylen Brown made, but, it went to OT. Superstar on the Pacers, Halliburton. Superstar on the Celtics, JT. Yeah. JT scored 12 points in overtime. Yeah. You really can't do nothing about that. The big clutch step back 3 that he made. Yeah. That just kind of sealed the deal. Yeah. Turnovers is what killed them. And it also, Halliburton, why would you take a 30-foot jump shot and you up? It's late in the fourth quarter. Why would you do that? Decision making. Yep. Coaching. Yep. Timeout. Recognizing the momentum shifting as a coach. Getting your guys back together, galvanizing the troops, as we say. And honestly, from Game 2, like I said, it kind of revert back to Game 1. The Pacers role players played out of their minds. They kind of came back to earth. Celtics, Game 1 was a field type of game. The Celtics came out, dominated from start to finish. The Pacers made a 16-point comeback, cut it to 2. Right. Halliburton went out in the third with a hamstring injury, the same injury that kept him out in the regular season. Yep. And from that point on, you got 3 players that scored over 20-plus. Jaylen Brown scoring 40. Jason Tatum and Derek White scoring 23 each. Yep. Drew Holiday giving you a double-double. Yep. Being a facilitator, being the point guard that's going to play great defense. These series so far. Had a great 2 games. Yeah, 28 in the first game. And then also, it's a luxury to have Horford come in, play as a starter for Porzingis while he's injured and recovering, but give you quality, great starting minutes, because on any other team, he could be the starting center. Yep. So, I feel like the Celtics just played great as a team. The Pacers kind of came back to who they are.
Yep.
And yeah, that's my take for game 2.
Okay. And my touch on game 2 on the Celtics. What was the score in that game?
The score in that
Was it
game
120
was 118-104.
To the pace in that score?
Yep, game 2, right? Yep.
118-104. Yeah, after Halliburton went out with an apparent left, it was revealed to be an apparent left hamstring. And he's questionable for game 3. It was pretty much clear that the Celtics were the better team. As I pointed out throughout the whole point of this playoff, the Celtics are better than everybody in the East. That's pretty much a given fact. They're better than anybody in the East. I'm sorry to say it. And in this case, if Halliburton does not play, it's over with throughout the series. I know I'm touching game 3 a little bit, but if Halliburton does not game, this is a sweep. It's over. And touching on game 2 and what my thoughts on it. Like you said, Jaylen Brown pretty much had an all-star moment. He was asked before the game like how he felt about being left out of the All-Star. He said, "Man, I'm 2 games away from the finals, man. You feel me? I don't give a fuck. You feel me? I don't give a fuck." So, touching on that, he decided to put up 40 points a game, and it was that pretty much all she wrote in game 2 for the Pacers. So, moving on, we have game 1 of the excuse me, I don't know why the Nuggets, that's their main name. The Mavericks versus the Timberwolves. It's like in a moment of weakness. Maybe they was tired, like Anthony Edwards said, but there was something different about the Timberwolves in that game 1. It was not. They started off hot. Yeah. They started off hot and at 8 in the first quarter, and he also got my parlay, 3 parlays. I lost, but he at least hit for me. So shout out to Anthony Edwards for that. But it was also he had 19 for the entire game. It wasn't enough. Who role players actually show up? 24. Matt Daniels led the team, and he was maybe 6 of 9 for 3. If I could be, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment, but 6 for 9 for 3 if I did my research correctly. But what ultimately lost this game was their star power could not match the Mavs star power. Luka and Kyrie combined for 63 points. Luka had 33, Kyrie had 30. Kyrie said, I'm tired of going this in the second half. This man said he gonna guard me. Okay, let me cook up. Exactly. He decides to cook up and go for 24 in the first half with Anthony Edwards guarding him, and it's clearly that guarding Kyrie was having an effect on him later in that game because they was clearly fatigued later on. But I'm gonna let my partner go in on that. But as my thoughts on game 1 continues, do I believe the ties could have changed? Yes, because the Timberwolves shot 18 for 49 for 3, while the Mavericks should not. They shot 24% for 3, but they still won the game because they were very efficient in the paint. Thanks to Kyrie Irving, who my partner pointed out to me earlier was 9 for 12 at halftime. And it was literally all paint points. We was just amazed at the layups he was making. This is why he just Uncle Drew. He's the layup god, as we say.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you think that they will keep Anthony Edwards on Kyrie in game 2?
I don't think so. I maybe later on in the second half, but to start off, I would rather them have Jaden McDaniels or somebody, or maybe Mike Conley. I know he's a bit older, but he still got a little defense on him despite his age. But either those two, to just give him a break and just let him work offensively, so he can lead him and Cat can lead the charge to match what clearly what Luka and Kyrie is trying to establish is going to be 30 points a game. So they're going to have to average at least 60 points a game to match that. Because as long as if Matt Daniels can give you 24 points a series in this series, they're going to win as long as their stars show up. But
Can I give you another follow-up?
yeah.
So if they put McDaniels, who's going to guard Luka?
I would rather have. Yeah, that's why I said I'll put Matt Daniels. I'll put Mike Conley on Luka. I mean not Mike Conley. Mike Conley on
Irving.
Irving
Got you.
and Jaden on Luka, and just have whoever Anthony Edwards on whoever is on the Mavericks right now.
Derrick Jones.
DJ or anybody, anyone in the wing, just someone that doesn't go with the ball that just where he can get a break, so he can focus offensively. And then we know when it's time to turn up. He clearly proved it in Game 7 against the Nuggets that he can turn it up defensively later in the game. So, partner, as I pass it off to you, we're gonna talk about Game 2 in a bit as well. But as I conclude, Game 1 was a battle. The Mavericks ultimately won 105 to 108. And if they sustain, but do I believe they're gonna win in Game 2? No, I don't believe that. But I'm gonna pass it up to you, partner. What are your thoughts on Game 1, and what are the adjustments from Game 2 you'd like to see from your Mavericks to possibly trying to slow Jaden McDaniel down from the 3-pointers?
From Game 1, I feel like for the Timberwolves, if Jaden McDaniels is your leading scorer, you're gonna win that game, because that shows that the key players that are the main stars of the team, you're slowing them down, you're containing them. Because the playoffs is all about your stars. The stars got to show up. The stars have to play big. But the piggyback, the beginning of the game with Kyrie coming out, the first quarter, showing that presence, asserting your dominance to young fella, Ant-Man. Halftime, 9-12, 24 points.
Yeah.
That's what can you do about it?
Yeah.
And then in the fourth quarter, Luka Doncic 15 points in the fourth quarter. As you said, Ant-Man was tired from guarding Kyrie the whole game. And he's exerting a lot of energy just trying to keep up with him.
Yeah.
Jaden McDaniels had a great game, but that's not who you want to lead you in scoring. That's a player who's going to, he is going to be a factor behind Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns being the main factors.
Exactly.
That's how you're going to win the game.
Right.
Rudy Gobert can't give you 7 rebounds. You're 7 foot. The Mavericks they have no business out rebounding them.
They don't. Not at all.
Also, and then what I realized also, a key detail, when they would set that pick for Luka, it was Rudy Gobert had to make a choice. Do I stay with Luka? Because Luka does a good job. Once he gets you on that screen, he got you on his hip.
Right.
So if he shoots it and you commit, that's a foul. But Rudy Gobert is making that choice. Okay, do I stay? Do I go? That's a lob every time. Exactly. As we've seen, that was a key detail that I realized. And that towards the end of the game, I started double teaming. But if you double team, somebody's open. Luka is a very great passer.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like going into Game 2, the adjustments that both teams can make, for one, the Mavericks just shoot better from 3, which I know they will. 24% won't happen again.
Right.
For the Timberwolves, it's more so just protecting the paint. You can't allow that many paint points. You have 2 7-footers. You have 2 great, fantastic perimeter defenders. Protect the paint. Protect the paint. That's really all I got as far as adjustments for them. Okay. What is your thoughts on Game 2?
As far as Game 2, I'm going to go ahead and give you my score right now. As I told you when we was doing our pre-production, I got 110 to 105. The Timberwolves are definitely going to respond after that Game 1 loss. It was close. They played pretty much defense perimeter-wise, but I believe they're going to tighten up the interior. As you said, you cannot have 2 really 3 7-footers because now Reed out there, and be out rebounded. So, yeah, I expect them to adjust properly and to get this game 1 victory, and it's gonna be 1-1 series going to Dallas, and we're gonna see how that goes because we already know how Dallas gets in the playoffs. So, yeah, exactly. So, my partner, as we'll pass it to you. What is your final score for game 2? And just a little game 3-4 preview. What do you think that outcome might be in terms with it? What is your prediction? And then what do you think the outcome might be in terms of the games 3 and 4?
Game 3 and 4?
Yeah.
So first to give you my predictions for tonight, my score, I have it. Change the score. It's 108, 104. Okay. I have the Mavericks because I just believe they're going to shoot better from 3.
Okay.
For game 3 and 4, honestly, I have the Mavericks winning game 3 as well. I have the Timberwolves winning game 4, and I have my Mavericks winning in 5 back in Minnesota. So I feel like every game is gonna be tight. So that's my prediction. But as of right now, 108 to 104, the Mavericks tonight in game 2. That's what I'm going with.
Okay. All right, and that's it, man. Starting June 6th, we're gonna be going back to 3 segments. So get ready for that. We're gonna be back in full action, as I said. It wasn't gonna be too long. I promise you. We're gonna start to get back to 4 episodes, and I have some exciting Marvel content coming out as well. So be on the lookout for that. It's not gonna be a part of High Sport. It's a little side project I'm doing. That's gonna be on this channel. But just be on the lookout for it, and I'm excited to drop it when it do. But just be on the lookout for that. But as for today, Daron, any closing remarks before we sign out here on this very, very beautiful, clear day?
On Saturdays, when you wake up, watch the show, grab a friend, grab some food, grab a drink, sit in the bed, turn on TV, watch on your phone, do whatever you got to do. Just watch the show. Each and every show gonna get better. Subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like, do all of them things. Tell your friends about it, tell your family. And shoot, every Saturday, come get high with us.
Come get high with us, man. I can't pray very much. Say it myself. So, without ado, I'm Frederikus Perry. This is Deron Pearson. And this most session is over.